company launches and how they're sometimes overpromising, especially in the health AI space, in this so-called bubble that we may or may not be in.
One of the use case about like just clothing, not always that it has to be a other doctor in the play and then you're preparing yourself. You're buying clothes and then you're allergic to a specific allergen. Now you can take a picture and then now LLM can actually tell you a little bit about that and you're making a safe purchases for yourself. You're eating foods, you are able to measure some amount of calories out of it. That is a way we can see patients and consumers engaging a lot more into their own health and making informed decisions. On the clinical side of it, I am very cautiously optimistic, and I want to see how it unfolds over the next couple of years and how these experiences will look like. But that's not all. That's ChatGPT health.
So you did touch on a really good point there. Before we hop over to Claude, I think there's a really good point you brought up about company launches and how they're sometimes overpromising, especially in the health AI space, in this so-called bubble that we may or may not be in. What you see a lot of the times is when companies are presenting this is a new AI tool or a new piece of software that they're bringing to the market, they talk a lot from the tech perspective as to these are the connectors that we're making, these are the different sources of information, right? But what OpenAI did really well here was they are showing specific use cases where patients, like myself, can go and upload results, search about a diagnosis, and that way I'm getting more information. I'm more informed or better informed before I go in to meet with my clinician. I have a
Right.
couple of questions that I think it would be good to get your perspective on. One would be, if you recall, like the use of WebMD. I think that started to decline a lot over the years because people were using WebMD. They saw that it really exaggerates the condition that they have, and they were over reliant on that. AI has entered the space in the last few years, specifically in the healthcare space, and responds to your prompts with a very authoritative statement of this is the diagnosis, this is the prognosis, and this is what I would recommend.